Hey, welcome back everyone. Cameron here. Today's video will consist of how to draw the torso using charcoal. I'll explain my approach in the simplest way possible. Feel free to pause the video at any point if I happen to go too fast. I hope this tutorial helps you as well as supports you on your art journey. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what else you guys like to see additional videos on, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated, and now let's get to the video. Okay, so to start off, you want to make a rectangle shape, and this is going to represent the overall torso, so both the upper torso and lower pelvis areas. You also want to keep your line weight pretty light, and you want to be using the side of your pencil as you go along. Think of it as like a quick gesture to get the form down. And then next we're going to add in our center line for the bottom, and then a center line and then a line for the bottom of the rib cage, along with a line for the top of the pelvis. And then next is going to be the leg openings within the pelvis. And then we're going to work our way back up to the top and add an opening for the neck, along with adding in our clavicles and trapezius muscles. And if you can remember from my old tutorials, you want to make it so that it's similar to a circle within a diamond shape for a better idea. Next is going to be the sternum, which sits in the middle of the rib cage. And then a shape for the chest, which is going to sit right in between the line for the bottom of the rib cage and the sternum area. From here, we're going to draw some shapes for the shoulders. And they don't have to be too detailed since our main focus is going to be the torso. And then next you want to add in the neck along with the neck along with the merging the traps slightly from the back. And then from there, we'll expand the latissimus dorsi muscles slightly, making them a bit wider. While also defining the upper chest. Next, we're going to add a rectangle at the lower half of our torso, which will be the template for the abdomen area. And don't forget the belly button as well. So at this point, you can either take your fingers or a paper towel, and we want to soften up our lines. And this is basically going to help us lay on the second layer of details with more defined line weight and better dimension. At your best attempt, you want to make it so that you're holding your pencil with the same grip, just tilted so that nothing but the tip of your pencil is touching the paper. And this is what's going to give us the hard lines, as you see here. This is basically just to help us find our outer regions or define them better. And then also keep in mind that you don't want to apply this method to the inner forms of the torso, because then it'll start to look a little flat. And to give a better understanding, think of it as transitional tones, because muscles tend to have somewhat of a faded transition of shadows unless the individual is super ripped, which in that case you may see hard lines or striations within certain areas of a muscle, if that makes sense. And also take your time at this stage, since you don't want to make too many mistakes, because some of your lines may be harder to trace along with them being due to being heavier as far as like the line weight. So for example, as you see here, the line weight is pretty dark underneath the chest area, so it may be a little harder to erase. But if you did it correctly in the first attempt, then it should be okay. And as you go along, you want to also switch back to using the side of your pencil when adding in more darker tones in certain areas. And this only applies to when working with the shape of the working within the shape of the torso, as I mentioned earlier before. Again, pretty much just think of it as just transitional tones from darkest dark to the lightest light. You're basically drawing with tone rather than the lines to give you a better understanding. And usually when drawing in your tones, give it a better dimension of form, I normally don't go towards the all the way to the outer region, and I find it gives it better dimension that way. So So it kind of has like it gives that illusion of a rounded look for however the light's hitting the actual form or the surface. And as you can see here, I'm only using the tip of my pencil just to define the outer regions. That's the only time you use the tip of your pencil, usually is when defining the outer part of your forms. Now you can do it inside, but it can be a little risky depending on your skill level, I guess, but usually just to be safe, I normally just do it just for the outer regions. Plus it depends on the style you're going for, I guess, too. But in this case, we want to give our drawing some dimension. So always stick to drawing with the side of your pencil when it comes to tone. And then the tip for the outer regions. And that is our video. I hope this was helpful for you, and take care everyone.